no longer saved to see him. She now saved for a different reason. One day, Mr. Ravioli got up, left, and never came back. Max sought Dr. Hasselhoff's advice. He told Max that true friendship is seen through the heart, not through the eyes, and that it was time he wrote to Mary to reveal his true self, warts and all. Max understood.
Dear Mary Daisy Dinkle, there's something I have to tell you, which will explain why I have not written. Each time I received one of your letters, I had a severe anxiety attack. This is because recently, while I was in a mental institution, they diagnosed that I have a new thing called Asperger's syndrome, which is a neurobiological, pervasive, developmental disability. I prefer ASPI for short. I will now list some of the traits of an ASPI. Number 1. I find the world very confusing and chaotic because my mind is very literal and logical. 2. I have trouble understanding the expressions on people's faces. When I was younger, I made a book to help me when I was confused. I still have trouble with some people. Ivy was hard to understand because of her wrinkles and because her eyebrows weren't real. 3. I have bad handwriting, am hypersensitive, clumsy, and can get very concerned. 4. I like solving problems. Ivy said this is a good thing. And finally, number 5, I have trouble expressing my emotions. Dr. Bernard Hasselhoff says my brain is defective, but one day there will be a cure for my disability. I do not like it when he says this. I do not feel disabled, defective, or a need to be cured. I like being an ASPI. It would be like trying to change the color of my eyes. There is one thing I wish I could change, however. I wish I could cry properly. I squeeze and squeeze, but nothing comes out. I cry when I cut onions, but this does not count. Anyway, do you like the word kumquat? It is a type of fruit. Do you have a favorite sounding word? My top 5 are ointment, bumblebee, Vladivostok, banana, and testicle. I have also invented some new words. Confuzzled, which is being confused and puzzled at the same time. Snert, which is a cross between snow and dirt. And Smushables, which are squash groceries you find at the bottom of the bag. I have sent a letter to the Oxford Dictionary people asking them to include my words, but have not heard back. It is now time for me to go to my Overeaters Anonymous meeting. There is a woman there called Marjorie Buttersworth who confuzzles me. She kisses me without my permission. So tonight, I have decided to rub onions under my armpits to repel her. Your friend in America, Max Jerry Horowitz. P.S. Please find enclosed some chocolate-covered ants I found at the deli. P.S. Not much has happened since I last wrote, except for my manslaughter charges, lotto win, and Ivy's death.
He was thrilled Max had finally written and suddenly had a fabulous idea. Mary and Max's friendship was resuscitated, and her tears were the best gift he'd ever received. Inside Max's head, his brain was smiling. Loaded up with bizarre forms of chocolate, their letters flew thick and fast between the continents. Max learned to read Mary's letters with caution, and at the slightest tingle of tension, he would stop, take his medication, and soothe his nerves. Each letter he would iron, laminate, and file in a special place, which also soothed his nerves. He enjoyed answering her questions and solving her puzzles, like, do sheep shrink when it rains? Why do old men wear their pants so high? Do gooses get goosebumps? And why is belly button lint blue? Are there knoblets in heaven? And if a taxi goes backwards, does the driver owe you money? In turn, Mary simply enjoyed hearing about Max's fascinating life. How many people he'd counted littering. How the latest Henry had died. And new recipes he'd invented for chicken. Each nourished the other, and as Mary grew taller, Max grew wider, their friendship becoming stronger than the glue on Mary's knoblets. Although Max found solace in Mary, he still found the rest of the world bewildering, and he couldn't understand why he was seen as the odd one, while everyone else was considered normal. Humans were endlessly illogical. Why did they throw out food when there were children starving in India? Why did they clear the rainforests when they needed the oxygen? And why did they create bus timetables when they never ran on time? He agreed with his favorite physicist that there are only two things infinite: the universe and man's stupidity. And for Mary, even though Max filled her with confidence, her world was far from perfect. The grip of love had her by the throat.